It is now a reality. Tech billionaire Elon Musk has just gone official with the 2024 presidential run. Talk of a transition from the world of technology and business to the political circles. Why does Musk want the top job in America? What are his chances of making it to the White House? In case he wins, what reforms will he be bringing? And just how many Americans want Musk as president? Join me today in this video where we will explore how Elon Musk went official with the 2024 presidential run. According to the latest CNBC survey, the majority of Americans don't want President Biden or ex-President Donald Trump to run for office for the second time in 2024. They want new blood, and a good number of them agree that Tesla founder and CEO Elon Musk is the best bet. But before we have a close look at the much-anticipated presidency of Elon Musk, let us look at why Americans don't want either Biden or Trump as their commander-in-chief. President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump have many differences, but there is one thing that they have in common: age. And this is precisely one of the reasons why a majority of the US citizens don't want them back in the White House. They believe that the 80-year-old Biden and 76-year-old Trump have got little to offer, and will find it difficult in executing some of their presidential duties owing to their ages. In this case, age is not just a number. And here is where the 50-year-old Musk has an advantage. If Musk wins the presidency, he will be joining the league of other young presidents, such as Theodore Roosevelt, who became the youngest president of the United States at 42 years of age, after the assassination of President William McKinley. John F. Kennedy, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, and Ulysses S. Grant complete the list of US presidents who went to the White House before their 50th birthday. At such a young age, the vitality of the youth is evident when the president is discharging his duties. As an American, you will certainly be proud of the youthful President Obama, who comfortably runs down the Air Force One staircase with great precision. On the other hand, it is embarrassing to see President Biden fall on the stairs after Air Force One or topple over when he tries to cycle. We can only blame such on age, and Americans are ready to do something about it. They want to vote in the youthful and visionary Elon Musk. Some top political analysts argue that it may be too harsh to reject Trump and Biden solely on the basis of their age. This pegs the question: how did Trump and Biden run in their terms of office? Business tycoon Donald Trump made his debut in American politics on the 16th of June 2015, when he formally launched his presidential campaign from the Trump Tower in New York City. He managed to trounce Hillary Clinton to become the 45th president of the US. Trump won the general election with 304 of the 538 electoral votes, although Clinton won the popular vote by a margin of 2.1%, which means that more people wanted Hillary to be president than Trump. Hillary Clinton and other leading Democrats claimed that the presidential election had been rigged by Russian hackers in favor of Trump. In the quest for establishing the truth on this matter, the U.S. government tasked the sixth FBI director, Robert Mueller, with the work of establishing whether Trump and his campaign conspired with Russians to steal elections. The 448-page report shows that although Trump worked with individual Russians, there was no evidence to show any conspiracy or coordination by the Trump campaign, even though Trump was caught on camera literally asking the Russians to meddle in the campaign. Just like Trump's first stab at presidency was marred with all manner of chaos, his second one was no different. In fact, it was worse. If there is an election that threatens American democracy, it's the 2020 presidential elections between incumbent Donald Trump and Joe Biden. By November 7th, which is exactly 4 days after the presidential elections, it was clear that Biden had defeated the incumbent President Donald Trump, becoming president-elect of the United States, with 306 of the total 538 electoral votes, and 81,268,924 popular votes, versus 74,216,154 votes for Trump. Shortly after, the Trump campaign team filed at least 63 lawsuits against the results in major battleground states of Michigan, Georgia, Arizona, Nevada, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. The courts dismissed the claims of voter fraud on grounds of no evidence. It's worth noting that many of these courts were run by Trump-appointed judges. What was to follow next was a moment of shock and tension for America when the Trump supporters stormed the US Capitol. It's unfortunate that 5 people died and more than 138 Capitol police officers were injured in that ugly incident. The events surrounding the insurrection brought a sharp and serious disagreement between President Trump and his principal assistant and Vice President Mike Pence. Trump's ego did not allow him to attend the inauguration of his successor, Joe Biden. President Donald Trump became the 4th person to skip inauguration, just like John Adams in 1801, John Quincy Adams 1829, and Andrew Johnson in 1869. By the way, as the name suggests, President John Adams, who ruled from 1797 to 1801, was the father of John Quincy Adams, who became president from 1825 to 1829. The American history of the father and son ruling as president was enriched by the Bushes after the Adamses. George Herbert Walker Bush, popularly known as Bush 41, was president from 1989 to 1993, and his son George Walker Bush, or if you may, like Bush 43, ruled from 2001 to 2009. If Musk becomes president, it will be interesting to see whether his sons, Xavier, Griffins, or X, will one day become presidents as well. Away from that rich history, it's time to examine the performance record of both Trump and Biden. During the 2016 presidential campaign, Trump excited the masses with his manifesto and mantra of "Making America Great Again." In 2020, a majority of Americans kicked Trump out after he failed to deliver as he promised on his campaign manifesto. He handled the COVID-19 pandemic terribly, leading to the death of 1 million+ Americans. Instead of concentrating on his work of delivering quality healthcare and good education, Trump was busy harassing journalists in the press and trying to extort favors from Ukraine for additional funding. At one point, he went too far when he abused CNN's Jim Acosta, saying this: "I'll tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN." Trump is also on record for firing whistleblowers and truth-tellers. After Trump was acquitted in the Robert Mueller case, he axed most of the officials who testified against him, such as U.S. Ambassador to the European Union, Gordon Sondland, as well as Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman from the National Security Council. Biden's administration has also had its own share of problems. Although the economy is doing well, inflation is at an all-time high, and gas prices per gallon are at their highest since 2014. Many military strategists have faulted Biden for the premature withdrawal of American forces from Afghanistan, even though that was something that was decided by Trump before he left office. And most Americans are not happy with the immigration crisis, which has seen a high influx of foreigners into the country. It is clear Trump failed as president and Biden is doing no better, but Americans have some hope that the hope is in the ballot. Tech billionaire Elon Musk is that one guy who could fix the problems of the United States, and here's why. Elon is a very visionary leader who has succeeded in all that he does. He has turned the EV industry upside down with his Tesla company, which is now the most valuable automaker in the world, and the future is even brighter. His SpaceX company is also making a difference in the space industry after developing the Starship rocket, which is fully reusable. It does not just stop here. Musk is the new Twitter owner and has a goal of transforming the microblogging platform for the good of humanity. His tech companies of Neuralink, the Hyperloop, OpenAI, and The Boring Company are also doing some incredible work. With all this success to Musk's name, you can be sure that he is the right man to take over from the Biden-Harris administration. But what would the Musk administration look like? You can be sure that Musk's presidency will have zero tolerance to corruption. The tech tycoon has in recent past made every effort to expose the corrupt government officials such as Vice President Kamala Harris, Congress Speaker Nancy Pelosi, and even Senator Elizabeth Warren. It's not clear why he's only focusing his efforts on exposing Democrats instead of also focusing on exposing Republicans for their corruption. The Musk administration will also seek to improve, if not to totally change, the form of education. Elon will introduce to Americans the education similar to what his children are experiencing at Ad Astra School, which the SpaceX boss founded himself. In this new system of education, children will not be taught foreign languages because we already have translation software in place. Instead, the education system will concentrate on programs that are defining not only our present life but also the future life, such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, engineering, robots, and leadership. Ultimately, Musk seeks to solve the perennial problem of unemployment with this type of education. As Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the United States of America, President Elon Musk will prioritize national security. With Musk as president, you can be sure that reckless wars such as the one in Eastern Europe between Russia and Ukraine will be a thing of the past. Even in his present capacity as the SpaceX CEO, Musk has tried to do all he can to bring the Russo-Ukrainian war to an end. He has supplied Ukraine with more than 20,000 Starlink terminals that are helping improve communication in the war-torn country. He's even gone ahead to propose a peace deal where the UN should conduct a referendum in the Donbas region, which is the area of conflict. This move has been sharply criticized by the West and Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky. But make no mistake, Elon is one person who is committed to peace and doing projects for the benefit of humanity. Tesla is promoting the production and consumption of green energy, while SpaceX seeks to give us a second home on Mars, in case our Earth gets destroyed by artificial or natural causes. At a time when the world is struggling with the problem of climate change, Elon Musk is the best person to take over the reins of power in America as the president. Do you support Elon Musk's bid for the presidency in 2024? Is he the best candidate? Why or why not? Anyways guys, if you want to see more interesting videos, click the video right above. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications enabled so you don't miss out on the latest Elon Musk news.